The NFL schedule is starting to leak out.
Yes, the official schedule will be released Thursday night, May 14th at around 8 p.m. or so, but we've already got some games that have been confirmed. For example, your Philadelphia Eagles will take on the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas on Thanksgiving. The Cincinnati Bengals will take on the Atlanta Falcons in Madrid. The Denver Broncos will take on the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football, though we don't know the location of that game.
Yes, we do. It has been announced.
It has? Where's it?
It has been announced as of an hour ago.
Okay.
It will take place in the home of the Chiefs in Kansas City, Missouri.
They must think Mahomes is going to be back for that game.
That's exactly my thought, which I think it's a risk by the NFL. I would have gave the Chiefs the Jets week 1 at home. I just would have.
Yeah. Excuse me. But and we know that the Bills are going to be hosting the Lions on Thursday Night Football to open their new stadium, which I personally don't like that. I like the game against the Lions. That's not the part I have an issue with. It's the Thursday Night Football part that I have an issue with. I would put that game on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football.
What's the issue with Thursday?
Shortened week. You don't get a full week of practice. Less time to build up the pomp and circumstance of the new stadium.
Well, listen, I mean, when Amazon Prime first came out, do you remember the first ever Thursday night game on Prime?
No.
Chargers at Chiefs.
Oh.
So the NFL is trying to give everybody equal parts and equal basket. And I think if, again, I'm not the biggest fan of Thursday night football either. We get the majority of watch, but first weeks of the season, you got teams that are roughly fresh. I don't mind it.
It depends on where you have the Bills and Lions play in week 1 for me. Like, if you have.
I would guess Buffalo's on the road, obviously. Maybe it's a divisional game. Maybe it's the Jets.
Like, if you have the Bills play at the Raiders, for example, in week 1, and then turn around and play Thursday Night Football at home, I would hate that.
That's fair.
So, that's also part of the reason why I hate that. Because theoretically, what if you have the Bills play the Chargers in LA to start the season?
No, that's fair.
But my prediction is that the Browns are going to start the season on the road in the Music City against the Tennessee Titans.
I've seen a lot of people predicting that.
Yeah. So, if I get that right, I'm going to give myself a nice pat on the back.
Do you want a little bit of schedule breaking news? Because this one just came down about 5 minutes ago.
Go.
The first NFL game in France, in Paris.
Let's see if I got this one right. Browns Saints.
Is going to take place in week 7.
Okay.
The New Orleans Saints are going to be the home team.
Yep.
Their opponents,
the Cleveland Browns,
will be the soon-to-be quarterbacked by Aaron Rodgers' Pittsburgh Steelers.
Damn it, I got that one wrong already because I said in my schedule prediction that the Browns would take on the Saints in in Paris in week 7.
You know what's great about the NFL? The Eagles-Cowboys are going to be playing on Thanksgiving. First time since 2014 where Mark Sanchez and the Philadelphia Eagles walloped the Dallas Cowboys by a big day by Shady with Sean McCoy. It's 6 months out. I'm geeked for it already.
Oh, my God. You are right. Saints Steelers in Paris. Damn.
Yeah.
Not what I was expecting. I really thought All the rumors said it was going to be Browns Saints.
Yeah. Well, rumors aren't obviously official.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be home when the schedule comes out because I will be working game 1 of the North Division Finals between the Toronto Marlies and the Cleveland Monsters at Rocket Arena. So I'll have to check out the official Browns schedule later. But I'm working on my prediction series. I just put out part 2 where I went through weeks 5 through 10. I already got week 7 wrong, so what the hell? But yeah.
How many primetime games do you think that they're going to get? And who would you schedule?
Right now I only have one primetime game for them.
Can I guess which game it is?
Yes.
Atlanta.
Yes.
Where do you have what?
Week 2, Sunday Night Football, Browns home opener.
I don't think they're going to do it Sunday night. I would guess that's a Thursday game.
I have that a Sunday Night Football game. Kevin Stefanski returns to Cleveland.
I think that could be, to be honest with you, I think that could be week 1. Well, it can't be week 1 if it's going to be a prime time. But if they're going to do prime time, I thought it was going to be week 2 Thursday night, but maybe it's week 2 Monday night.
Could be.
I don't see it as Sunday night. I just don't. Because I don't think Atlanta has the quarterback that you can put on Sunday night, and neither do the Browns.
But why would you put that game on Monday night then?
There is something to Sunday Night Football is the primetime game, right? Like Thursday night and Monday night, I see is interchangeable. I see Sunday night as the game.
Yeah. Because you usually see like prime games get flexed into Sunday Night Football, so I'll give that to you.
And they always say primetime #1 show. It's the most watched broadcast out of any game, standalone game.
I'm going to be really interested to see where they put Packers Bears. Do they put those 2 games midway through the season, late in the season? When do those games happen?
I'll tell you what, the NFL has got themselves a dandy with this schedule because there's a lot of teams that I want to see in prime time this year.
Yeah.
I was thinking in my head about which teams I absolutely do not want to see at all on prime time, and I couldn't come up with a lot of them. Because, like, even the Jets, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't mind the Jets one primetime game because I want to see Omar Cooper. I want to see Arvell Reese.
Oh, Arvell Reese is with the Giants.
Or excuse me, David Bailey.
Yeah. I kind of want to see the Cardinals in prime time, honestly.
Yeah, they got a lot of talent. I wouldn't mind it. Now, these are teams that are going early. You want to see, I wouldn't put them on late in the year.
No. But I want to see Jeremiah Love. I want to see Marvin Harrison and
even Tennessee. If you want to give me like a Tennessee Jacksonville Thursday night game,
I actually, like I said, I think Tennessee's going to be better than you think. I know their defense isn't great, but they're one of those
They
teams.
could be. I mean, I just think the AFC South has gotten so much better. I think that Texans defense is unreal. I think Jacksonville is for real, and we'll see what the Colts are when Daniel Jones comes back.
Yeah.
The Colts, by the way, are one of those teams that if they don't have Daniel Jones, I don't want to see them out at all. I don't know what they are.
I would agree with you.
And I hate to tell you this, but outside of a Falcons game and maybe even a game against Baker Mayfield in Tampa, I don't think the Browns deserve a primetime game. They don't have a quarterback.
No, we really don't. I might be heading down to Tampa Bay for that Browns-Buccaneers game, depending on when it is. So hopefully it's not Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football, anything like that, because I want to be able to go to that game.
The other team I don't want to see at all, by the way, in any primetime game scenario whatsoever is Miami. Because I think they're going to absolutely stink this year.
Yeah. I would agree with you on that.
Here's a question. I have a question for you I just thought of. where do you put Fernando Mendoza and the Las Vegas Raiders? How do you start them out? Because do you think Mendoza is going to start week 1? And where would you schedule a primetime game for them?
I don't think Mendoza is going to start for them week 1.
I agree. So I would put a lower tier game for them week 1.
Yeah, I have that. I have the Browns hosting them week 5.
Josh, there's something in the back of my head that tells me I think there's a scenario Mendoza doesn't play this year.
Man, and they ride Kirk Cousins the entire way?
I think you ride Kirk. If he's playing okay, maybe you don't win a lot of games. You get a high draft pick, but something's telling me that Brady is going to instill in that organization to let the kids sit.
Interesting. Okay, what about the Washington Commanders? How do you go?
That's an interesting one because Jaden Daniels is coming back. Like, I think them and anybody in the NFC East, because I think the NFC East may be the most fascinating division in football this year. And I'm not just saying that because my team's in it, because it's up for grabs. Because I really believe any of the 4 teams could win it. So any of those teams I would put in primetime, but I think I would put them on an early primetime game because I want to make sure that Jaden Daniels is on primetime before he gets hurt.
We already know that it's going to be Cowboys-Giants on Sunday Night Football to open the season.
Which is a matchup that I typically don't want, but I'm very fascinated to watch John Harbaugh on his Giants debut. So I get it. Even though we see it, it feels like almost every other year.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it week 1 on Sunday Night Football. It's not the most intriguing game to me.
Well, it's Harbaugh's debut. I mean, I'm fascinated by it because I think the Giants could be one of the most improved teams in football. They scare me to death.
Well, it's hard because we don't know if Malik Neighbors is going to be healthy. We don't know if Cam Scott.
Oh, no, I believe Malik and Cam will be healthy. I mean, they were out since early in the year. It wasn't like their injuries happened later in the year, like Mahomes.
Yeah, but, the type of injuries they had, that's a lengthy recovery. Who knows if they're going to be ready for the start of the season?
It's mostly a 9-month recovery. So if they got their, done in October, they'll be ready by the start of the year, I would believe.
I'm not so sure. But I'm also interested in the Saints schedule, honestly, because New Orleans came on strong late in the year. What's their schedule going to look like in terms of how many primetime games they get? Do the schedule makers really believe in Tyler Shuck and what the Saints did late in the season?
What was the first thing I told you post Super Bowl that I was flirting with?
Becoming a Saints fan?
No, the Saints were going to win the NFC South.
You did say that.
And so, listen, I really like what I saw out of Tyler Shuck. I think year 2, if they take a right step with Kellen Moore, I love the addition of Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And so, we'll see. The NFC South is a division that it may only get a 9-game winner, but I don't feel like any of those teams are bottom feeders anymore.
Yeah. I'm also curious with Carolina what their schedule is going to look like.
They got a first-place schedule, too. Have you seen their schedule? It's pretty difficult.
Yeah, they got Seattle. I forget which division the NFC South is playing this year.
They are playing I know the NFC East plays the NFC West, so they will play the NFC North.
Oh, boy. So that means they got to play the Packers, the Vikings, the Bears, and the Lions.
I'll say this, too. Speaking of the Vikings, put them on early in the year like they did last year. Week 2 or week 3 primetime.
Yeah.
Because I like them and the Browns are the 2 most fascinating preseason teams because they have the 2 quarterback battles.
Yeah.
Affordably, that is 50-50. I don't believe that. I think I want something travesty happens. I think Kyler Murray is going to be their week 1 starter.
I would agree.
Now, by the way, that doesn't mean they should move off JJ McCarthy. I will say that as well.
Well, if you go to Kyler as your starter, it feels like you're pulling the plug on JJ.
But JJ can be a good backup, and Kyler's always had injury history.
That's true.
And what have we seen the last few years in the NFL, Josh? We've seen Baker Mayfield, resurgence. Sam Darnold, resurgence. Some would argue Mac Jones, resurgence. Geno Smith, even to an extent, a resurgence. I'm not giving up on JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, but part of the reason those quarterbacks had resurgences is because they were in the right system.
You don't think Minnesota is the right system?
It all depends.
By the way, to be fair to JJ McCarthy, he's never been healthy. I think that's his problem.
True. And I liked what we saw out of him in week 1 against Chicago last year.
Well, wait. Well, let me come back to the system question real quick. So you don't think Kevin O'Connell, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hockenson, those weapons, it's not the right system?
I didn't say that. All I said was when we saw the resurgence of Baker Mayfield, it's because he was put in a good system down in Tampa Bay.
Minnesota runs the same system.
I'm not saying J.J. McCarthy can't have a resurgence. I never said that.
Well, I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say, because it sounds like you're saying, yeah, but J.J. doesn't have this.
J.J. needs to show me that he can function in that system.
That's the right answer, because you were implying the system is wrong.
No. That's not what I was trying to get at. So I apologize if that's the way it came across. But I'm not ready to say he can work in that system.
Well, that's what it sounded like that was coming out of you. I'll tell you, and I know this is a little bit off topic too, but you know another guy who I in my heart of hearts believe could be a franchise quarterback in the NFL.
Who?
His initials go by AR. He was the number 4 pick in the 2021 NFL draft. One Anthony Richardson.
He wasn't 4th overall in the 2021 draft.
I believe he was, or no, was it 23? Did I get that wrong?
He was in the draft class, I believe, with.
He was in the draft class with Bryce Young, right? So it would have been 23.
I thought he was in the draft class with Drake May.
No, that was 24. That was Caleb, Bo Nix, Drake, Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix.
Okay.
Right? Caleb, Jaden, Drake were the first 3. Then it went Penix, McCarthy, Bo. That was the 6.
Okay. I'm trying to remember them when Anthony Richardson was drafted.
I believe, no, Trey Lance was the one in 2021. That's where I got mixed up. I was right on it. Yep. Anthony Richardson was drafted number 20 in the 2023 draft, number 4 overall.
Yes.
By the way, Josh, guess how old he is?
I'm trying to remember. Like 26 or something.
He's only 23 years old.
Oh, boy. And the Colts already moved on from him.
He was born in 2002.
Oh, wow. Good Lord.
Josh, I'm telling you, there's something in there about that kid.
Well, Shane Steichen couldn't figure it out in Indy.
I know this is off topic, but I'm telling you, he could be the next quarterback resurgent.
I wonder if he could work in Philly.
As a backup for Jalen Hurts, hey, we took a shot on Andy Dalton. We drafted another kid. I still really like Tanner McKee, for the record.
I mean, it seems like the Eagles are like completely reshaping their offense. So why not?
I am so excited. Did you see those reports of Sean Mannion and Jalen Hurts hitting it off, getting under center, touching the center's butt, and taking the snap? Oh, here we go.
Welcome to football season.
We are back, man. Philadelphia, we are coming for them Cowboys on Thanksgiving. You better start carving your turkey up now.
Oh, good Lord.